Frankie and Tommy here. Previous episode highlights start where your phone goes face down and your soul opens airplane mode.
What happens when you get in the shower for the quick one? You start fucking rubbing on it and it feels too good and you don't want to stop. What do you do?
Then you're like, oh no, do I gotta stay longer? Do I gotta get out?
That is every adult calculating if being late is cheaper than becoming emotionally available.
You think, what am I gonna not do this morning so I can finish the job?
Well, hey man, there's some mornings it might just take not even a minute, so it just takes seconds along the way. Yeah.
Now it's to keep the special sauce inside the fucking bag.
We are 30 seconds in, and HR just muted the building on Slack.
Exactly what it is.
But he was fucking enormous. He was like, you look at the guy. I remember seeing him at a strip club, fucking way back when.
Yeah.
It's almost fucking scary, dude.
Well, you're a big guy, and I can imagine you looking up at him.
Dude, I was young. I was probably 25.
Yeah.
I was like 270 pounds. And I'm like, this motherfucker. And it's got this fucking hair.
Yeah.
And this fucking, you look at him like, this is a different creature.
That means someone entered a normal gym looking like the final boss of a protein ad.
But he was scary just to look at. So to be a face almost wouldn't work at that point.
One sec. There. Can you hear me now?
100%, pal. How are you?
Right on. We got to get Jon one of those mugs. You know the ones you see on Instagram that are like 40 pounds?
You mean that's not doing it for you, babe?
How do you fit in that little screen, Jon?
Jon is so wide, Zoom asked him to turn sideways and upload as a panorama.
This was not doing it for you, babe?
So it's something that applies to all of us, is that at some point, you got to shit or get off the toilet.
That is the productivity seminar nobody wants, but every inbox deserves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
Excuse the expression, but, you have
Make a decision, baby.
You have to literally shit or get off the toilet. You got to set that line in the sand and say, this is the day. And from this moment forward, things will be different. I don't expect Rome to be built in a day, but on this day, I take a step in this direction instead of this direction.
That is adulthood. One tiny pivot, then pretending you meant to become responsible.
Oh, absolutely. If I'm on an Arctic expedition, we have firearms with us for sure, because, we usually have 2 firearms, as a matter of fact. So when I'm on an Arctic expedition, let's say with the latest expedition up on Altair Island, you have the rifle on the outside of the tent. So you run and grab the rifle, and now your teammate's being dragged away. Hopefully you can get the shot, before he gets...
That sentence made my calendar apologize. His emergency plan is bear, sprint, hope, and maybe text goodbye.
Fuck. Yeah, well, I'm just... Because you're thinking about it. You're thinking, okay, here's the plan. Keith and Jon are going on an expedition. Keith, if you get dragged out by the polar bear, I'm shooting it. Okay, thanks for planning that out with me.
And Keith, just so you understand, if we're ever in that situation, you will not be assigned the firearm.
Keith got the office role called Stay Inspirational and Touch Absolutely Nothing.
I know my role.
That will be me. That will be me. I will save us.
I know the role that the handsome chief will play.
Handsome chief is what you call a man right before assigning him emotional support luggage.
Yeah, well, I know the answer, but I'm not asked the question, so I'm not answering.
I know my brain is going where it's not supposed to go, and I'm trying to reroute this thought. First thing that I'm noticing, honestly, is that the bottom of all the lines is not even. Meaning
assume that it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What appears to be A, but my brain is
that is correct. That is 100% correct. You got it, Jon.
Jon looked relieved, like the group chat finally admitted he was right about the bad restaurant.
So you have heard their response, and they're not saying A, they're saying, yeah, it's B.
Yes.
And then the next guy says it's B, and then the next guy says it's B, right? And
Jon,
this would be like this is the famous picture from Solomon Ash's study, and this is the actual participant, the guy in the middle. But they say, oh, because you've come late, you're going to sit here in this empty seat, and then so you see five people give the obviously wrong answer, and you know damn well that it's A, right? But in most cases, about 75% of participants they'll go with B.
That is why group chats pick restaurants like jury duty. Nobody agrees, and everyone still pays too much.
Well, you know, brother, you know what my mind does in that situation is I start looking at the people before me. I think, and I'm just using goofy examples.
Yeah.
Okay. The person and the first one answered yes. Clearly, you're fucking fat, so you don't take care of yourself. So I'm not like you. Number two, you know, I start realizing that I'm different than these people. So my answer is something that I'm going to hold very differently than the average. Like when I hear people say, how do fucking people fall into this shit?
Yeah. Or they.
People say, like, I have problems with this and that. I'm sure you do. Look at you.
I got some tricks.
And if all else fails, what you do is you just basically take a lighter, roll onto your back, and light a fart.
That is what happens when the internet dies, and men immediately rediscover fire like confused cavemen.
I know that always works. That's always it.
You can always fall back to lighting a fart, dude.
Your body's eventually going to tell the truth.
Your body is the friend who saves screenshots and waits until court.
It does not care about how you feel. It does not care about your excuses. It does not care how busy you are. It does not care that you used to be able to get away with it. It does not care about the story at all. It actually only cares about one thing. One thing. Your body cares about one motherfucking thing. We all get confused all the time. Patterns. That's it. Patterns. Sleep, food, stress, movement, alcohol, anger, resentment, loneliness, pressure, all these singular words, recovery. Yeah, your body, that vessel, it keeps track of all of it. And for a while, it's going to give you some grace.
Watch the previous episode for highlights like this. Full show is up next, before your habits leak the receipt. Reality check, fellas. Some of you didn't buy that truck because you needed torque. You bought it
because your boss made you feel small.
That is not a purchase. It's therapy with cup holders and 72 monthly payments. Today, we're checking the receipt on every feeling your wallet has been lying about. Only on The Big Show.
Good morning, nation. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends, your live morning show for real talk, motivating content, and big conversations. We got Jimmy on the buttons, we got Kai on the buttons, and of course, we got our very own producer, Neiman, out there making sure the words sound as good as I look this morning. We got Dwayne and Rico doing the fucking arm wrestle for who's going to own the baby boomer token. He is toothless and proud. His name, Matt Roof. Talk to John's the bullshit professor. Kai's the shit professor. Brianna, you're always teaching me, man, every single Tuesday. Nation, you will not find this kind of knowledge anywhere on the planet to start your day other than Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Yo. There we go. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends, your big show. We get started every single day here, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on mornings.live. Good morning, everybody. If you got feelings that draining your bank account without you knowing it, we're going to have that conversation coming up today. And so one of my agents was supposed to put my words in front of me this morning, and they didn't put them in the right spot. So I'm just making the shit up as we go along. Yeah, true story. Hey, good morning, everybody. What a shaking nation. It is day something. Yeah, middle of June here, and we are getting up and getting after. Did you guys tune into Roofy's show this morning? Matt Roof was after this morning, 7:30 over on the network. Hey, guys. A lot of things happening today that I want to talk to you about this morning. Yes. Oh, hey, Jimmy, we got to get into the Bonnie Lou segment before Johnny gets here this morning. Yeah, because I don't want him to give you too much grief. Yeah, so we're going to get to that one before the 10-minute mark this morning. Yes, we are, baby. Polymarket got some crazy stuff. Are you guys sports fans? Hockey fans? Yes, well, big news just dropped out of Florida yesterday and Ottawa. Yeah, the Tkachuk brothers reunited. So if you guys are hockey fans, we're going to have that conversation coming up on the show here today as well. And the Curiosity Cash, we got that one today on the table today as well. We're going to get into a bunch of crazy topics plus some conversation starters that is going to make the show go by super fast today. And some of the things, yeah. Hey, Jimmy, some guy living normal life, missing 90% of his brain. Could you imagine that? 90% of your brain's gone having a normal life. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today too as well. And hey, one teacher, and I don't think his name is Paul Reedner. What's shaking, Reedner? A lot of love for you, brother. Paul's the host of What the Truck. I know Paul and Keith have differing views on technology, and we both love it. But this guy here, one teacher, no tech experiment. He's got his kids using paper and pencils, boosting confidence from 46 to 95%. We're going to have that conversation today as well. And Jillian Michaels put something on the table that will ruffle feathers. Yes. And I got to share that with you guys. Hey, what I like to do is just call it out loud, call it like it is. And I'm not so, yeah. So she's put something out there. And I want to talk about it with you guys because she makes a valid point. And for me, it's not about being right or wrong with what she says. She raises an interesting conversation that maybe sometimes we get too caught up in everything else and we lose sight of again, what we're going to talk about. And, for me, it's all about this. In society, we're too focused on making everybody happy. And then maybe we lose sight of the big values along the way. So we're going to have that conversation with what Jillian Michaels threw on the table. And it's funny because Jillian Michaels is somebody we all kind of grew up with, the Gen Xers, baby boomers, and she's making herself relevant here today again by dropping something on the table that we just might want to tune into. And again, not a right or a wrong when I put it on the table, just kind of a, yeah, never really thought about that. So that's coming up today as well on the show. Hey, Jimmy, should we put the snoozer up there today? Do you think people want to hear how long they've been wasting their life laying there? To my regulars out there, what's going on? Holroyd, what's going on there? Whitaker, good morning. I wonder if our snoozers out there just be like, oh yeah, here's that guy again going after it. Well, hey, I'm going to show you. Keith and Jimmy are going to show you. You guys are over a day and something behind the guy who's not. Yeah, so, we're good morning, Roofy. What's shaking, brother? Roofy's in the lab here this morning. There you go, guys. You are close to a day and more wasting your life laying there with a snooze button. Yes, so we got that conversation coming up today as well on the show. What else we got coming up today? Well, we got that plus a bunch of other crazy stuff. We got some words of wisdom. We got some epic spots. And the morning magazine that we call Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Hey, Jimmy, should we get the show on the road? Hey, imagine walking through New York City and seeing a couple dudes in one spot. Well, I got a guy who's like, what? Yeah, gonna put that in front of me and Jon coming up in a couple minutes. But hey, let's get the show on the road because the morning loop, it starts. Hey, Kiesel, you out there? Hey, Kiesel, you out there? What's going on, Kiesel? Good morning, everybody. The morning loop, it starts right now.
Good morning, nation. Yesterday was Father's Day, and Chief, most of our viewers are dads.
So let's check on them. How many dads actually got the day they wanted? Some went out to eat. Some saw restaurant prices and said, we've got food at home. Some stayed home, grilled their own meal, and somehow still called that resting. That's the dad trap. You get celebrated, then accidentally become the event staff. And some dads said, I'm good, while silently judging every decision around them. No matter what you chose, nation, we hope it gave you peace and a full plate. Happy Father's Day to every dad in the world. We appreciate you. Let's start the morning loop.
Yo. Yes, the $5,000 chicken. We got him on the face this morning. Hey, guys, before we go another step, a few things. You're watching Mornings in the Lab live. We go live right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time on the Mornings in the Lab network, right after Roofy starts us up at 7:30. Hey, guys, get in the comments. Come say hello. Come tell us your name, where you're watching from, and what feeling has quietly cost you the most money? What feeling has quietly cost you the most money? The anger, the boredom, the loneliness, the shame. Oh, baby. You know, I would say that in my journey, there's been some times where shame has cost me a lot of cash. Yeah, we'll put that on the table. How about you guys? Yes, we're going to go there today. Coming up second hour. What times, where have those feelings quietly cost you the most money? One of them was, I feel like I'm going to go win a bunch of money. Walk up to the craps table, drop some black chips. Yeah, I didn't feel good about that one. Shame. Boom. Thousands of dollars behind. Yes, so baby. Hey, what'd you guys do for Father's Day yesterday? What did you guys do? I went for a walk yesterday with our boy, AJ Zaglin. Yeah, we got after walked around the neighborhood. I'm suspecting, hey, Roofy, I got a feeling that over years there, Billis and Zaglin are going to be the old guys walking around the community at Headingley. And I got a sense, I was at a very untimely funeral this weekend. A friend of mine passed, too young, firefighter. And it was not lost upon me. I ran into a bunch of other fellows that in the community here, and we're like, hey, we just might be walking around Headingley. I went for a walk with Zaglin yesterday, and then I had dinner with my family. My daughter Piper got her first job. So she's hostessing at a restaurant. So we decided to go there and eat food while she was working. And hey, ultimate dad situations, man. Hey, Roofy, you go to your restaurant where your kid's working, you're like, hey. Yeah, just dad jokes dropping left and right. Just dropping left and right, man. Just like that guy. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Holroyd Whitaker, you know what I'm talking about. You know when you're like that dad? I was that dad last night, loving every second of it. Yes, I was. Okay, let's get to Bonnie's Blue before Johnny gets here. Jimmy, you got a clip? Let's run it.
Blue goes to Bali thinking it's content season, then learns Indonesia's morality laws don't care about your follower count. She's detained after a studio raid.
Yeah.
Early headlines scream 15 years. Then authorities say no porn case. Traffic fines, passport seized, deportation. Translation: the internet travels globally. The law doesn't. Treat a conservative country like a backdrop, and the backdrop arrests you.
The loser we call Bonnie, yeah, she got arrested. Damn rights. She got arrested in Bali for doing, well, we know what she does, ridiculous stuff. So, yeah, hey, no judgment. Yes, she's finally been arrested. There you go. So she was facing up to 15 years in prison under these anti-pornography laws. But hey, we've had her on the discussion for the show, so I feel like it's my obligation to keep closing this loop for you guys. Just to keep closing the loop around the bad girl herself, Bonnie Loser Blue. All right, Jimmy, let's get that face off the screen and keep the going. Okay, we got it out of the way before Johnny got here. Yeah, true story. Okay, listen, what else are we going to put on the table this morning, guys, to get into this morning on the show? Yeah. So here's something for you guys. When's the last time you guys cashed a lottery ticket? Or better yet, when's the last time you walked up to a cashier? Hey, Jimmy, let's put me and AJ up there, man. Let's put it up there, man. Yeah, there you go. So there's Zaglin and Bill's getting after it. And you see AJ's wearing his brand new Lululemon fitness shirt there. Yeah, with Iron Maiden on it. Yeah, that's exactly it. So, I think AJ has missed the Lululemon or the fitness craze there. So AJ likes to train and work out in his classic Iron Maiden t-shirts there. So, that was Zaglin and Billis getting up, getting after, going for a first good walk yesterday morning. What did you guys do on Father's Day? We'd love to hear your Father's Day stories. Come join me in the comments and let me know what you guys have did on your Father's Day. All right. Hey, Jim. So here's the thing. How many times does this happen and we are not even aware of it, right? Maybe your parents, maybe an elderly person, heads on over to cash that lottery ticket. And next thing you know, getting scammed. Well, it's happening. Jimmy, let's run it.
Florida headline, cashier allegedly pockets an elderly man's $2,700 winning lottery receipt while the store cameras are filming a documentary. Deputies say she folded the receipt, slipped it into her vest, and when the man came back, managers checked footage, then the receipt turns up in her car.
This isn't genius crime, it's impulse. If your life runs on, nobody will notice. The cameras eventually introduce themselves.
Yeah, well, that's an obvious one, eh? So, but I put this one out there. Not because, that's one of the reasons I put it out there. Hey, Jimmy, is that what you look at? That's what I look like when I get out of bed in the morning some days. Yeah, actually, I got a picture. I should find it. One morning after I summited no, actually not one morning, but the afternoon that we arrived, that's why, Roofy, yeah. When I got to the bottom of when I arrived at base camp after our summit at Kilimanjaro, that's actually what I looked like. Yeah, it was my hair, my face. It was very much like that. But hey, I don't even know if I can comment on this one. Okay, noted. If she walks into the store with a lottery ticket, no. If that person's working behind the desk, Whitaker, don't cash your lottery ticket because you might not get your money. Oh, that's the news. All right, hey, Roofy, I want to talk some hockey with you, brother. The Tkachuk trade was yesterday, and I was having dinner with my crew, Lauren and myself and Karts, and Piper was working. All of a sudden, Karts like, hey, did you hear about the trade? I'm like, what? He's like, Brady got traded. Jimmy, let's run the clip.
Headline says brothers reunited. Real story. Your own locker room wanted you out. When the room rejects you, do you fight, beg, or exit?
Tkachuk had a no-trade clause, leverage. He didn't leak, cling, or scorch earth. He picked Florida. That's not soft, that's control. Most guys wait till they're fired or dumped. Tkachuk left while he could choose. Question, if your chapter ends today, what's your next move?
Bringing in Johnny here in a quick second here. I love how the boys pronounce Tkachuk. Yeah. So the Tkachuk boys, they are reuniting in Florida. And to me, the story is this. Hey, Roofy, you'll know what I'm talking about. Apparently, the room wanted him out. Apparently, the team in Ottawa. And I want to ask Johnny this question when he gets in the lab here in a quick second. Like, what is it like when you're in the dressing room and everybody else wants you gone? And I'm wondering if that happens in the wrestling world or in the world John's been in, which is, you're with these folks and they're like, nah, we don't fuck, we like you, but they actually don't like you. Right. So I found it fascinating that now it's coming out that he was, they called him Chuck-a-Puck. That's exactly it, Roofy. But apparently much of the team was like, get rid of this fucking guy. So they traded him yesterday. Jimmy, we'll leave some of these comments from Pronger and the gang till later on in the show. But I find it fascinating that not surprising he's been traded. But what I found most fascinating was that the fucking team wanted him gone. And I'm going to throw that conversation over to Anderson to ask him whether, when he was in the wrestling ring, or I'm sorry, in the dressing room, whether there's these cliques, these groups of guys that get together and are like, that guy's fucking, we got to get that cancer out of here. So, all right, we're going to get that conversation on the Road Nation. You know who he is. My brother from another mother. He's patiently waiting. His name is John Anderson. Johnny in the midget mobile.
Well, it's two different vehicles. The first one was a legitimate GTI. I had one of those in high school.
Oh,
and then he gets me climbing out of a fucking Mini. Two completely separate vehicles. Come on,
of course, you had a GTI. Yeah. How are you, pal?
I'm good. Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good, actually. Yeah, I'm feeling great. Hey, you heard my little intro there. There's a big mass. I know you're not a big hockey fan. You know about it because of me. A big trade in the hockey world yesterday, like a massive trade, and it's now coming out that the dressing room wanted the guy out. And now I know in wrestling it's different. It's not a team sport. But when you were did in the dressing rooms, Johnny, did those things happen where the guys were like, "Fuck, we got to get this tool out of the room"? Like, did that kind of stuff happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of it's different because it's not a team sport, but it's
totally
but there's some elements that are similar in the regards that there are the guys that the fucking office listens to.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, the ear of what's happening in the room, eh? Yeah. So if this guy's causing a cancer, we might need to get that guy out of here.
Yeah, you get the wrong guys speaking about you improperly in the office, and you're in trouble. But at the same time, that guy has to be careful not to overuse his voice.
I bet. Yeah. But so it's interesting because you're right, not a team sport, but in some ways, perhaps more of a team sport because you need to protect my safety. And if I'm out there acting like a fucking tool and I'm wrecking shit, I know that won't last very long. But I guess safety aside, cancer, like that cancer kind of safety thing, that's got to be pretty. It has to be a significant point, I would think, in that kind of locker room because of just the nature of the sport.
Well, back to hockey, it's easy to understand when it's a unit.
Yes,
you win and lose as one.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
If that unit is disrupted and one person is disrupting, you're like. We've all been in situations with like friend groups or even family units where one person just fucking it up.
Yes.
One person will bring the whole vibe down. So that has to be carefully watched. And you see it in football too. I mean, you got these stars that get too big for their fucking britches.
That's right. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then the rest of the locker room's like, and then at that point, I'm sure it's the locker room, the coach is seeing it too, and he's going to ownership, going, "Look, you're gonna fucking tear this thing limb from limb. You don't get this guy out of here."
Yeah. That's a fair comment.
In the wrestling world, it's a little different because there is a little bit of an element like that with peace in the locker room, but at the same time, it's almost like these little miniature. It's like you could have, here's an example. So I came in when I was working for CMLL. I came in and went right into the main events, which pissed a bunch of guys off that were,
of course. Yeah.
That were in the fucking semis because they were expecting they were the next ones up.
Yes. Oh.
And so, I'm a fucking big guy. So guys started going a certain group of guys started going to the locker room bitching that I was being too fucking stiff in the locker room. I mean, it's too stiff in the ring. And they're like, the office is like, get the hell out of here. Then if he's being too stiff in the ring, they give it back to him. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because they were kind of like, I'm assuming that he was a bitcher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, then it just kind of became our beef. One time he went to go, I went to go. I mean, of course, he kind of put me in a position. He wanted me to do a certain thing, and you have to work with their partners.
Sure you do. Yeah, you don't have a choice.
I'm fucking jumping off the goddamn top ropes to the the second rope to the outside, which is a long ways up. Second rope for a big guy, a long fucking way. This cocksucker fucking moves. So my own fucking tag team partner had to see. The idea is I'm jumping, I'm hurting them.
Yes. Right? Yes.
Well, so my own partner had to he saw what was going on and he was able to he like literally dove and we fucking like almost crashed heads. But
yeah.
So it looked like I hurt my own partner, but he was basically saving me from broken bones. I was going down to cement. Right. So I was like, all right, you motherfucker, so next time we had a fucking match and it was a finish, I was going to powerbomb. I knocked his ass out. I fucking put him down so fucking hard. I was like, if you want to fucking play this game, I'm good.
I was just going to say, because in that sport, that can happen, what you just described, right? That it's like, all right, you're going to be a dick. I'm going to be a dick next time we're in the ring. And it's, that can probably
on a small level, small level, if we're wrestling, like if you hit me too hard, I say potato. That's all I got to do is potato means fucking ease up, dude. You just fucking ripped me.
Oh, yeah.
You do it again.
Yes.
I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to fucking rip you back and say receipt. It's just one word, just fucking pow, receipt. You know, the first time you hit me, potato. God damn it. You know, like, what the fuck? You know, you do it again. I know you're doing it on purpose. Well, fuck, then I'm coming back twice as hard. And I'm telling you, you do it again, I'm doing this again.
Keith and Jon hanging out this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon and Friends. We get up and get after Monday through Friday live for you guys right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network, having some fun this morning. Talking wrestling, talking sports, talking some great stuff. Hey, Johnny, so there's a clip I saw when during Goldberg's retirement match there, and he was wrestling Gunter, and he admits, so when Gunter...
Which retirement match?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. The one in Atlanta a few months ago. Well, he was quoted after because Gunter gave him his signature chop, and Goldberg started laughing, and he's like, "Oh," he goes, "I didn't think it was going to feel as light as it was." So then he had to quickly put himself into character because he realized he was kind of making a farce out of you as the bad guy, right? So he realized, like, holy shit, that's what it was, because he was thinking it was going to be maybe a hard shot. Right. So, and then he had to sell that moment without trying to laugh, being like, fuck, that's like a pussy hit kind of thing.
Well, Goldberg, you know, I never worked with him, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I heard that he was one of those guys they pushed in there so fucking fast.
Yes.
That he was stiff as shit, and he was ripping people, and just, when I say hurting, not like surgery time, but fucking people were limping out of that ring.
Yeah.
Part of his gimmick was eating your shit.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Fucking hit me. I'm gonna laugh at you. And then, of course, in his last fucking match, who's he got left? It's piss off whoever you want.
That's it. Well, they were pushing him as Stone Cold was working his way out, right? And there was kind of like a switch of the chairs happening there, and he just never kind of never got over, I think, to the extent that they thought. Petro says, I would boot the Brady Kachuk too. I think the Kachucks are too concerned about trying to become the Kelseys of the NHL, and that's a fair point, Petro. Yeah, that would give Johnny all he needs to know about those brothers. Hey, Johnny, how was your Father's Day yesterday? Hey, Jimmy, put this up. I know Jon would love to see this young man on the screen. Guess who I got to hang out yesterday morning with? Jimmy, let's put him up there. Look at that young man in his fitness shirt, his Iron Maiden t-shirt.
Look at that. Yeah, how's he doing?
He's doing awesome, man. Yeah, he says hello. We went for a big walk yesterday morning and had our morning Father's Day walk and got up.
So I look at that picture. My first thought is, are you that short or is AJ that tall?
Or a bit of both. Believe me, it wasn't lost upon me too. And I was I'm like, holy fuck, man, I feel like I'm shorter than ever. Yeah. That's I'm tickling 5'6", 5'7". No, I'm not 5'7". No, I'm about 5'6" for sure. And if I go underwater with our guests from last week, I might be down to 5 feet at this point. But it was a lot of fun. How was your day? Did you hear from the girls? Anything special?
I didn't fucking know it was Father's Day until I got my first text. Fuck.
Yeah, and then I sent you one yesterday too.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Yeah, no, of course I was here for the girls and whatnot, but I was fucking tired, dude. God damn, I was like, oh Jesus, yeah. I was like, Karen and I were gonna kind of do an afternoon thing, and I was like, babe, I'm just fucking. It's the fucking day I can say I'm not doing shit. I'm gonna do it. I felt like in the afternoon, I fell asleep. Fuck, I don't know what time it was, but I was out.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm having to. This is our last week here.
Yes.
So, but I think it's kind of as I look back at my activity levels versus rest.
Yeah.
I've been doing 2 workouts. I've been doing the training and pickle in a day. 2 days on, then take a day off.
Yeah.
2 days on, then take 2 days off. And it's after the second week, it's leaving me a little low on the tank.
Oh yeah.
So like today, I already trained, but I'm not pickling.
Not pickling today. No pickleball for Anderson today. No. What was I going to say? We all right, coming up second hour.
What do you guys do?
Yesterday was a nice day. We Lauren ran a Father's Day marathon with one of her girlfriend's daughters was running in it, and her dad had an injury. So she's like, "Hey, Auntie Lauren, will you come with me?" So Lauren ran the 10K with her yesterday on the whim. Just did the 10K marathon with her yesterday morning, which was nice. And then we putted around the house.
Well,
and then
what's a 10K marathon?
So 10 like a 10 kilometers. What's that? 6 miles, I guess it is, right? So like
it's called a 10K.
Yeah, 10K. Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah.
Not a 10K marathon.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, exactly it. And then Piper got her first job, Johnny. She got her first job as a hostess.
She did.
Yeah. So she started this weekend, and you'll love this too. She's working in a restaurant that's owned by a middle-aged Greek woman, like a good Greek, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's a good, like hardworking, and I think you can kind of know what I'm getting at there, right? Like if you're standing around, you're like, why are you standing? Like, why aren't you fucking working, right? So, and she's awesome, great food, great restaurant, great owner. So Piper's working there. So you know what we did for dinner? We went to her restaurant, and I was a dad just in the restaurant, sitting at my daughter, staring at her, acting like a fool, and having her serve us drinks. And it was fun. It was just a fun little moment with Carter, myself, and Lauren while Piper was working and serving us.
Did you walk in reverse to go to the bathroom?
No, I sat there and I said, "Hey, Pipes," and she's rolling her eyes at me. But that was fun.
Were you really doing that shit?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, just once, and then she gave me the eye roll, and I was like, "All right, I'm done." It was.
Just out of curiosity, what is it that makes that appealing to you?
Just because I've always done it with my kids. I just, just the sense of humor. Like I enjoy being, I guess, that withering fool with my kids. Maybe it's like the Will Ferrell or the Chevy Chase, like just some of those characters that I grew up with. I just enjoy being that fool with them, right? And
that's really interesting. This compares really closely to your self-given nickname.
Oh yeah.
See, other people have to enjoy the Chevy Chase in you.
Good morning, Rico. Okay, brother, I have maybe a controversial topic to put on the table, and it actually links to Father's Day. I know you and I believe in, we have very similar beliefs. And one of them is that why do we have to pick one day out of the year and make a big deal of it? Well, so Jillian Michaels, we both grew up with her, big fitness influencer, right? And she was on
her name again?
Jillian Michaels. You know who she is. She was all over the late night stuff. She's a female. I guarantee you when you see her,
her name totally rings a bell. I'm just not connected.
Yeah, you will. So she was and she put something on the table which I think is quite interesting. And I think it poses a conversation that I want to have with us. So Jimmy, let's run the clip with Jillian Michaels so Keith and John can talk about it.
First of all, you are, quote, born this way, or at least I am born this way. I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it. But a very long time ago, it was a doth protest too much because we were ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And people were hiding in closets. So then they put too much out there with the whole like, no, I'm not ashamed. I'm proud. And that's what that was. And then it became like, we're marching in the streets. We're not afraid and all of that. And then you had the fight to get married and the fight to be able to adopt kids. And all of that has ended well over a decade ago. And Pride Month continues because it has been co-opted by places like Target to sell small children like gender-affirming bathing suits so they can tuck their genitalia. It has turned into something that infuriates people, that forces this down their throat, and they truly resent it. And the reality is that when you give gay people a month and veterans a day, I think you have wildly lost sight of your values and your priority.
There's her point, Johnny. So Jillian Michaels is gay, and she's just asking the question that why is it that society gives gay pride an entire month, yet we take one day and we celebrate veterans? And she's the one who's speaking up. And it's a legit. And before you say anything, it just goes back to what I say, which is why do we have to take one day anyways? Why don't we just fucking live normally every single day of the year? Because this shit starts to happen. Johnny, comments.
I got a couple answers. My first thing is, you don't fucking like it, look the other way. As a parent, take that energy and put it into something positive for your kids. Put in something positive for you. Second thing is, because we're a fucking victim coddling fucking society. Jesus Christ. It's all of these fucking weird, all of these, if you think about it, the hero barely gets fucking looked at. The victim gets fucking coddled. That's our society. If you don't fucking like it, look the other way. Don't be a part of it. That's being a part of it.
Yeah.
You're literally calling attention to the shit you don't like.
So what I found fascinating was because she was leading the charge, right? So it's one thing if it's somebody who's perhaps if it's a heterosexual asking the question, maybe somebody's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But when she's asking it, it's like, interesting, because it's just like, again, I don't, to me, it just serves the commentary around, when we spend so much time focusing on one thing, ultimately somebody's going to be left out and it's going to become a big deal. Right. And maybe if we all just focus on kindness to everybody 365 days a year, whether it's a father, a mother, or a birthday, or somebody's sexual gender, we wouldn't have to worry about somebody being offended on a day that they're not being celebrated. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
And you could go, and I agree with you, folks, on kindness, or how about just focus on not bitching?
Well, I heard somebody say to me, who was it? John Kiesel said to me last week, said,
you don't even have to try that hard. Just go to the neutral zone.
I know. And I'm with you, Whitaker, right? Every day is mothers and fathers and veterans and pride. I'm with you, man. Just live your life. Yeah. And I think that was kind of the point of it for me, which is that, we start putting everything.
As a father, because we were relating it to fathers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're demonstrating what not to do. So when you fucking make a big stink about this shit, what the fuck do you think your kids are going to do?
Bingo. Yep. Bingo. So
you ignore that. You take that energy, you put it in something positive. Let them see that as the role model.
Yes. Yeah. Keith and Jon this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Cheryl Whitaker. Jillian is trying very hard to be, and Cheryl, that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Cheryl Whitaker saying, because some would say that she's not relevant anymore, Whitaker. So the fact that she's putting herself out there might suggest that she's trying to rile some stuff up to become relevant again. Hey, Johnny Brian Johnson was in the news again. We're going to talk Selenk, Peptide Desk, second hour. We're going to talk some Selenk, Keith and Jon. But before we get that, Brian Johnson was in. I got a clip with Brian. Brian also living forever. Jimmy, let's run that clip with Brian Johnson.
What do you mean?
We are the first generation who will not die.
Like dies and actually.
That's right.
So you don't plan on dying?
That's right.
How old realistically do you think you can live until?
I'm chronologically 47, but biologically, my cardiovascular ability is age 18. My lung capacity is age 18. My telomeres, my end of chromosomes are age 18. So my body functions in many ways like an 18-year-old. And so when you start measuring the biological age of your body, it's very different than the time which you were born. So that's what I wish I would have learned. Typically, people perform very well in their youth. There's skill sets. There's physical ability, mental ability, emotional ability that peaks typically in early life stages, and then it declines with older stages. Especially that's true if you're grinding very hard. And so this is why I say making health your top priority, because if you do so, you're going to be in peak performance. The difference between being.
So there's Johnson, and he knows that guy we had on our show last week, John, the guy who lived underwater for a while there. So you've seen Brian Johnson, of course, everywhere, but he's going to live forever, he says.
Well, it's easy to say what you want to say. Fuck, you say you're the handsome chief.
Yeah. You know what though? It's funny because if that's what he believes, great. That's his positive energy, right? And that maybe is the point. I'm living forever. To hell with all of you guys, because I am absolutely living forever, according to Johnson, right? So
I think the only problem with that is, and I like the positivity. I'm just the advocate is when you make blanket statements like that, you tear down credibility.
100%.
Because everything works the same as I was 18. I guarantee one thing doesn't. Your fucking cock.
Yeah.
I don't know a 47-year-old that walks around with a fucking boner.
Yeah.
18 of the 20-hour waking hours a day or whatever it is.
We were talking peptides and biohacking and biologic and kind of the world of medicine with Carter yesterday at dinner time. And I said to him, it's quite fascinating to me because I grew up like you did, waiting for what's happening now. Like all this biomedicine and this technology that gives us information to live longer, do certain things. And I said to him, dude, it's pretty exciting for you for the next 50 years of your life, because 60, 70, 80 years of your life, because there's some really cool shit happening for your generations compared to what you and I grew up with, which was Western medicine being programmed and yada, yada, yada. I'm quite excited about your kids, my kids, and what they're going to grow up with medical and knowledge, etc. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, if everything is in the right hands, you're very correct.
Yes. Yeah. It's exciting for them, right? Because they have all the information they can gather, and it's up to them to make the decision.
Yeah, and I think the biggest issue with that is they're going to be looking the way that they've been raised by society. They're just looking for the button.
The shortcut, right? Yeah. Something to be said for that.
The buttons don't work when the fucking foundation is on sand.
Yeah. Well said. Hey, so autopilot. apparently works until it doesn't. Tragedy happened yesterday. Jimmy, let's run this clip with Tesla Autopilot.
Katy, Texas, Model 3 launches into a house, grandmother killed. Driver says automation was on. Cool story. Logs will tell the truth. Here's the value. Driver assist isn't driver replace. If your hands weren't ready, the system didn't fail. You abdicated responsibility. If a car won't turn, do you blame code or the human holding the override? Also, why is autopilot the worst name ever?
Dude, this is crazy, man. Watch this. So she's in her house, and you kind of like just all of a sudden, like this is absolutely tragic, but because it's on like a ring camera here. 76-year-old woman's in her house, sitting in her living room, and Jimmy's it running, and then this happens. Oh, I'm not. Hey, Jim, can you run the clip back to the beginning there? We didn't see the beginning of it.
Because, oh Christ, that thing was moving.
It was. I know it was absolutely moving. Like,
did that fucking poor lady live on the side of a goddamn highway?
Well, so
that's a neighborhood. That fucking vehicle was gone fucking bonkers.
Yeah. So the 44-year-old,
60 miles an hour easily, don't you think?
Well, fuck, man. The 44-year-old driver was injured and hospitalized, but I guess the car failed to turn, and it ended up driving directly into her house.
Failed to turn, failed to hit the brakes, failed to do everything. Fuck.
All of that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You know, it caught air coming over the curb.
Yeah. So I shared that because I remember my first experience using like their autopilot technology and some of my first Teslas. And I remember going around a curve and I had it on, my hands were off the wheel and everything. And I was thinking to myself in hindsight, like, fuck, man, I was all confident and shit. Like all it had to do was this and I was dead. Right. And I've thought about that a few times because I was with my father-in-law and everything, and I was all showing off the technology. And then I see this and I'm like, holy fuck, man. Yeah. Maybe it's actually, yeah. And then, yeah. Anyways, that's really unfortunate shit, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. I would like to know. I mean, my first thought is, if that, I mean, you assume grandma lives in a neighborhood.
Yeah. Yes.
Speed limit 25. How did that car be going fucking double the speed limit in that neighborhood to start with?
Yeah. Well, yes.
That's my first thought. Forget that it didn't turn. How the fuck did it get going so fast? It should have known it was in a 25. That's the first infraction.
We got Roofy coming in back with our conversation about whether it's Pride Day, Veterans Month, whatever it is. He says, I agree. It goes along with a trophy for participation. Roofy, don't start that conversation, brother. It's become a day for every difference. Yeah, that's exactly it. Every difference, we got to celebrate it. Just be cool and interested about differences every day. I'm with you, man. That's exactly right. Yeah. And then we got Dwayne saying, I appreciate technology, but will never remove the human. Hey, yeah, so there's a clip, Johnny, of Dana White sitting in the back of a car, watching some guy working at just doing his job. And Jimmy, run this clip, man. This guy loses his job because of this, because he works for FedEx. And look how he's just loading the truck. He's throwing it like basketball. So I guess White should drop this clip on the socials, and the guy lost his job.
Just fucking basketballs.
I know.
I mean, it's not like he's not even like, what do you call this when they do this? The finger roll?
Yes.
He's not finger rolling into the fucking truck. He's fucking 3-pointing that bitch.
He's just fucking tossing them.
Yeah, those are 3-point shots, dude. I mean,
is that how my package is going to arrive here, Johnny? Just like that? There's some guy just tossing it into a truck, and I hope to receive it in full fucking shape.
Once it leaves our facility, we don't have control over that, but I hope not.
It's so funny, man. I was like, what the hell is this dude doing? Jimmy, we've got some words of wisdom. Let's throw it up there, man. Words of wisdom's a good one this morning. Check this out.
Squats.
Damn. You didn't even finish the question. Didn't even finish it.
Greatest exercise known to man. In any sport, in anything you do, squats. In life, if you don't do anything else, squats.
Yeah.
Squats is the answer. If it's not the answer, then you're asking the wrong question. Financial problems, go squat. Girl problems, go squat.
Yeah.
Your kid kicked your ass, go squat.
It's so true, isn't it, Johnny? And and you've said this too, and I want to take a piece of it. It means more coming from you than it does from me. But you've said that your darkest moments, your biggest moments, your moments of your life are always had in the squat rack, something like that. Anyways,
it had nothing to do with darkest moments. Jesus Christ. What the fuck, dude? You don't even remember the color of the fucking story.
Well, you had moments in the squat.
The darkest moments are in the. No, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know that you've had your greatest moments in the squat rack, but my point is, the squat rack is like the great equalizer, man. It really is. I love the fucking squat rack. I love it, and I have a hard time articulating, but I just love what it does for me because it's just the great equalizer. You put the weight on your shoulders, you got no choice but to bail or get up. As simple as that to me, man.
Yeah, very true. I'm just waiting for another little interesting piece of something coming out of your mouth.
Oh, Keith and Jon having some fun this morning at Mornings in a Lab. Yes, we are. Oh, we got Petro saying, I avoided a lot of trouble in life deciding to lift some heavy weights. Yes, you absolutely have. Yeah, exactly. Hey, so
on that level, it doesn't even have to be fucking heavy.
No.
Get away from this. I don't like to lift heavy. Don't lift heavy. Don't need to.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah. The value of just doing it over thinking about it. It's funny when you say it that way, right? Because too often we're so caught up in I'm gonna just do it. Okay, just fucking start squatting. Just start squatting because the value of that is so awesome just to do it instead of not.
But like you say, the way you do it, you have to research first.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Is that just doing it?
That's just doing it. Hey, we've joked about Polymarket on the show here before. Well, get this, man. Going back to watching fake shit and being endorsed and being and just chasing fake news. Well, guys, just be careful when you see Polymarket stuff over on your feeds because it actually might not be real. Jimmy, let's run this clip.
Polymarket got caught paying 1,100 creators to win on a fake lookalike site, poimarket.com.
Not a typo, a set. So the internet's I just made $900K clips were basically sponsored theater. Fake bets, real checks. And they deleted everything when WSJ called.
Here's the value. If the win is staged, your brain gets sold confidence. Question is, how many money decisions are you making off someone else's scripted victory?
Here's what's crazy, man. Every viral clip that you probably saw in someone else's feed was probably staged because they were working on staging shit, right? So they hired a team of marketers to fake a bunch of like people winning to get others to spend money on the real site.
Well, all these variations of, and I have to be careful not to get sucked into it myself.
Yes.
These are basically just legal forms of gambling, which fits right into fucking smoking and all the other vices that fuck people's lives up.
Yes. Yeah. This to me was as much just watch where the domain is because this one here was just a small little change to the domain. And before you know it, you're getting confused, you're getting sucked into something and, or you're being convinced that it's all real when in reality, it's just some effective digital marketing. Speaking of effective,
can you imagine being, if you're raised by, let's just say you're in some elite branch of a family, and you're raised with all of this basic information where you're young. Here are the things that we don't do because this is how we control them.
Yes.
We don't drink. We don't smoke.
Yes.
We don't gamble. There's a list of things that those people are groomed not to do because that's what controls the masses.
Controls?
Yeah, keeps them broke, keeps them addicted.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, addicted and broke is a fucking perfect controllable person.
100%. That's why I got to tell you, man. That's why I'm quite fascinated by the impacts over time with these GLPs and how it's maybe affecting people's, I'm just using my own word, sin kind of like chasing sin, chasing desire, chasing like bad food, chasing like addiction stuff, right? So I don't know. You know more about it than I do. It's
still a Band-Aid.
Yes.
Change the fucking foundation.
Yeah, that's fair. 100%.
All it is just to a certain extent. If you're just going to lean on that, it's just another fucking variable that's to take your money.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, let's throw some committed on here. This stuff fascinates me too. How folks can do this. How you swing to swing jump, acrobatics and people like the Cirque du Soleil, these folks just fucking fascinate me, man. Like just like the physics, how you learn how to do this.
Cirque du Soleil, dude. Terry and I have been to pretty much all those in Vegas.
Aren't they incredible? Yeah, me too. Like watch this, man. Awesome. Like the timing, eh, John?
Oh yeah, insane. Well, then, dude, talk about practice.
Yeah. Like that's similar to wrestling in many ways, actually, isn't it? When I think about it, like you said to me, but you said to me, use a good term. What did you say? It was stunt? No, it was you used a term to describe wrestling. I forgot it, which is so awesome. I can't remember what you used, but it's kind of similar to that, like that the acrobatics of a
physical play.
Yes, that's it. Physical play. Yeah. When I watch these guys like doing these acrobats, very similar to you, like you were in the ring with somebody. Because if you're trying to jump off the rope or do a scripted, like, I don't know, move.
A little more accuracy needed in what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, because me as the fan want to see you fall. I might not want to see the guy, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're wanting to see what, if that was a wrestling variation, you're wanting to see that guy miss the other side.
Well, yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Or the guy makes the other side and bumps the other guy off.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, what's
but either way, that's fucking practice, baby.
Over and over. Like how many times she missed that before she actually landed it, right? Which is what we see as the land. Good morning, Rufy. Have yourself a good morning, brother. Hey, so El Nino. The temperatures apparently might be some of the hottest temperatures coming. Super El Ninos around the corner. And to all of us that, are chasing the weather, Jimmy, let's run this clip.
NOAA just called it. El Nino's back. 63% chance it turns a very strong this winter. So the Pacific's basically preheating the planet, about 0.2 degrees Celsius extra global warmth. Translation, more extremes. Floods here, droughts there. Fun.
Before we panic scroll, what do we do with this? What regions get hit hardest? What's hype versus signal? And how do we stay sharp without Dune vibes?
It's like it's going to be hot over the next 12 months or so coming across our planet.
Every one of these things that comes around, global ramifications.
Yeah.
Fuck, they all have a global ramification.
Yeah.
How many times you got to hear that?
I
don't mean like global ramification just means something changes around the globe. Well, guess what? The whole fucking place is evolving. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is part of the evolution process.
Yeah. I remember when I first started hearing about this El Nino bullshit, and I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And now it seems to happen every year. Everybody's talking about whether it's going to be hot or cold. It's funny, John, because I think you're probably like me at this age in life where I picked up Piper last week. She's like, oh, she goes, you don't have a sweater on or something. I go, Pipes. I go, what time of year is it? She goes, June. I go, okay, I know in June, I'm probably just going to wear a t-shirt because it's probably not going to be cold outside. In the wintertime, put a jacket on. That's pretty much what I have to do. If it's raining, I put a fucking umbrella. Everybody gets so caught up in what the temperature is going to be and all this bullshit. I'm like, okay, jacket or no jacket. That's it. No big decisions for me with weather.
And you know what? If I get a little fucking wet, I'm going to be okay.
I know. Hey, dude, there's a guy walking through New York City on the weekend. This guy's energy is fun. So I rarely fanboy out about people. I think like everybody, we all put our pants on the same way. We all shit in the toilet. So I rarely fanboy about anybody unless I'm hanging out with you. But this guy's pretty funny, man.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The Backstreet Boys. Should we keep going down the list? What the fuck are you? You are a fanboy, dude. Jesus Christ, there's no better definition of fanboy to the point where you give yourself a fucking nickname, fanboy.
I was trying to walk away from that one.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ, what is he trying to sell here?
Well, there's a dude walking in New York City yesterday, and he just fucking checked this out. Jimmy, watch this clip, man. Check this clip out. He's walking down the street, and he first of all runs into Peyton Manning. Jimmy, let's run it, man. So check this out. He's and then when he turns to his left, so first of all, he's walking, and there's Peyton. He's all excited, going into a parkade or whatever it is. And then he looks, and then look at the guy coming out of the parkade in a truck. He's fucking Conor McGregor. It's just like bang bang, right? Like the odds of that. And the guy just happens to be filming the experience, right? So I just found it fascinating that he's was first of all.
Here's the thing. So, okay, perfect. Look at that guy.
Right? I know.
Look at him.
Yes.
Look at the other guys. You know what the biggest difference is?
I know.
No, what is the biggest difference?
He's sitting in the stands.
Oh yeah, that's a part of the. But those guys do what he won't. That's
that's exactly. Well, yeah, that guy's filming that guy's on the camera.
That's the fucking difference. And Jesus Christ, if you realize that these are people that are willing to get uncomfortable, and look at it. It tells it right there.
Yes, yeah.
Double chin and all.
Good morning, everybody. I go to Keith and Jon this morning on Mornings Alive with Keith, Jon, and Friends. Oh man, we're having some fun. We're gonna get into the feelings that drain your bank account without you even knowing it, and then we're gonna get into the peptide desk over in the second hour. We're gonna talk about Slank today. Johnny, we haven't talked about Slank before, have we? I don't think we have. You don't talk about it very much.
We don't talk about peptides very much.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's just until recently we have been. Yeah. So
I just did a talk on that not too long ago.
On Slank. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, didn't we just talk about that? I was like, no, that wasn't us.
Yeah, anti-anxiety, if I'm correct, right? Where it's kind of like that word comes from is it works on anti-anxiety. Is that when I'm teasing that? Am I correct a little bit?
You're going down the right vein.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, Jimmy, what the fuck is this, man? What WTF is this, Jimmy? What's going on here? What do we got here this morning? On our morning magazine, mornings. Oh, yeah, check this out. So imagine driving. So they're actually hauling a fucking rocket. Look how big this thing is, dude. This is in Florida. So this is a massive rocket ship, and they're hauling it down the road.
Christ.
I know.
Well, if you look at those fucking trailers, you don't see those trailers just like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Those are like extra long fucking trailers, and there's a string of them.
Yes, yeah. Well, and you look at how small the tires on the trailer are compared to
those are the tires that we know, but they look fucking
yes. Yeah, I know.
It's not going under an overpass.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's absolutely not.
You're gonna map that fucking route. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey Jimmy, I have a clip here, Jim, from it was a Father's Day one, Jim, that I want to run this morning with where is it here? Let me see here, Jim. It's Jimmy. So Johnny, a teacher stopped using laptops, went back to paper and pencil in Minneapolis. And get this, man, you'll appreciate this. His students' confidence went from 46 to 95% just by getting them going back to the basics.
Yeah, 100%. The studies are out there, dude. It's I don't remember if these numbers are correct, so forgive me. The metrics are wrong, but the principle is there.
Yeah.
The person who writes something literally by hand, pencil or pen on a paper, is like 60% more likely to use the information accurately. So when you're doing things properly, it builds your confidence.
Yes.
Constantly fucking up and forgetting shit. What does it do? It chips away at you.
Interesting, right? Yeah. Well, it's funny because students produce longer handwritten essays, reported easier idea organization, and reduced overall screen time at home, highlighting restored focus and writing stamina. It's funny because when we had our meeting on Friday, I took notes on the back of an envelope with a pen. And then my family saw it. Lauren comes home and she's like, what the fuck is this? She's like, you don't write? And the fact is you're using an envelope? I go, yeah, I was having a conversation with Johnny. That's where I wrote my notes. So Carter and my whole family was teasing dad because I fucking wrote my notes, chicken scratch, on the back of an envelope like my dad would. And I'm going to keep it forever because it's kind of indicative of our relationship. It's indicative of the path I'm going down. And I got this scratch of my list of orders. Pretty fun.
Check this out. So on that level.
Yeah.
So my whole fucking team, we're note takers, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Present a system to you that encapsulates your job.
Yeah.
So your job is not in jeopardy if you follow the system. You don't follow the system, your job's in jeopardy.
Okay.
Writing shit down is part of the system.
Okay. Yeah.
If they fuck it up a few times, I'll actually get them. I'll show them how to I'll show them the book that I recommend. Here's how to use the book. So I even give them a fucking game plan how. And they all at first resist, like, what? It doesn't make sense. And then it starts fucking helping. I'm like, holy shit. So my whole team's this way. So when we merge with like outsiders, meaning like we have to hire an outside team to do shit, especially in tech.
Yeah.
What are these fucking, first off, like an hour fucking Zoom. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck are we doing in an hour? God damn it. That's so fucking long.
I know.
Right? And then they're sitting there. Well, this is fucking great. I'm recording this. And then it turned into, this is great. I'm recording this. AI is going to take notes for me. Those fucking meetings are fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
I finally said to one of them, I said, look, I don't want to hear that anymore. My team take notes. We don't make these mistakes. You guys do. Take notes. I mean, we had a meeting about adjusting a sales page. 4 fucking changes. I could have committed it to memory, for Christ's sake. And they all were fucking wrong because AI didn't fucking take the note. They didn't write it. They didn't fucking remember. Once I write it, I'll probably remember it. Yeah. But it's just the whole idea that people think this AI and all this technology is helping them. It's to a certain extent it can, but in another extent, it's fucking handicapping the shit out of people.
Yeah, listen, there's certainly pros and cons. And I think part of the reality is because there's so much more coming at us, more potentially slips through the cracks, right? So to your point, keep it less, keep it simple, write it down, make 4 points, move on, right? I'm with you. Sometimes I'm wondering, like, why am I here for 60 minutes? Like, what's the result of this fucking meeting?
Well, then you take a note on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking notes on my phone.
Yeah.
You got to push 5 fucking buttons to get to those notes. When I take notes and it's sitting in my book and I'm looking at it every time I sit down, that's a very different drill.
So I do operate differently. I do take the transcripts of all my meetings and I use them effectively because I'm just going from back to back to back. I take the transcripts and they certainly help me. But I do find myself taking, like, I'll jot a point down, right, with my pen, could jot a point just to jar memory. But I obviously I'm a digital guy, but I see the value in both. And I certainly, I see considerable value in both, and especially writing things down. There's no question about that. 100%.
Yeah, I think and again, I think all of these tools can be used very effectively if the user finds a way to make it applicable to them.
I agree. 100%.
But it's like just the standpoint of you're going to take a note on your phone.
Yes.
Like something that needs to get done. Well, guess what? If you don't open that fucking note, what's not getting done?
Oh, dude, I've watched people take notes and then I'm like, yeah, you took notes. Oh, yeah, I did. Like, why are you taking notes if you're not going to do anything with them? Like, that's the whole point. You're going to fucking take notes. We got Sullivan saying there's a distinction between a fanboy and hero worship. Yes, the latter, Napoleon Hill, spoke highly about that. The former has bad connotation. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, hero worship or fanboying. Cheryl Whitaker comes back and says,
that's a fine line in today's society, baby.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, writing things down creates a powerful brain connection that typing will not do. And then Dwayne says, Whitaker says, use all the tools wisely. I agree. Hey, how many hockey pucks? Since we're talking some hockey this morning because of the big trade yesterday. Hey, Petro, how many hockey pucks does it take to stop a bullet? I found a cool little thing here. Hey, Jimmy, throw this
on that level, brother. When I was a kid, I had a hockey puck.
Okay.
Because hockey was nowhere near us.
I know. Yeah.
But when I got this thing in my hand, it was it was like fucking magical. I was like, Jesus Christ, this thing is fucking heavy.
Yes.
Like, it's definitely an interesting little creature, if you will.
So true. 100%. Yeah. It's funny to hear you say that because I grew up with them like all over like they just were like fucking around. Right. Yeah. So they're pretty cool.
I love that hockey puck. Fuck, I kept a hockey puck somewhere where I fucked with it daily for years.
Yes. But you know what? You nailed it, brother. It's there's something about the shape and the
heavy.
Yeah.
It's hard it's rubber, but it's fucking hard as a rock. I was like, what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah. Like the heft of it, right? Like you're right. The heft of it. Exactly. So
now you can understand why we're hitting that fucker with a stick, why it can go so fucking fast.
Petro says 5. Petro, so he's taking it right now, and it took him through 3, 4. He's now using an AK-47.
Yeah, he's going into bigger guns to go deeper in there. I bet the little guns won't even sniff that thing.
The AK went through 6 pucks, and he got stick in the 7th. Wow. Now he's on a 12 gauge, Petro. Ooh. And, he looks like he got through all of them there. Hey, wasn't it a fascinating conversation with that dude on Friday that was when he said we got dropped off in certain places, he had guns outside of his tent? Like, remember the guy who's like if you're looking for like a polar bear might find you? And I never thought about that having a gun set up outside of the tent in case of like just the force.
So he was kind of, do you remember the reason why it was outside?
Yeah, because I think he said because if it got in, was it John? If it got in, right? Is that if it got in wrapped up in the tent, they had it in the vest.
Don't ask me. I'm seeing if you remember.
Yeah, I do. I'm sure. Yeah, I do. But I think I might have confused it a little bit because there's the shotgun inside. And then there was the second one outside of the vestibule, I believe it was, right? So if the bear got in, they at least could get out and shoot back in. Was that what it was? Is that how he described it?
That's not even close. But I'll tell you. So
Yeah.
you and I are in there.
It was breaking into the perimeter. That's what it was. Breaking into the perimeter.
No, Jesus Christ. You're going deeper the wrong fucking way. So I'll paint the picture. You and I are fucking sleeping. You start squealing like a bitch because you hear a bear coming in.
Yes.
And so I grab the fucking gun that's next to my sleeping bag because he's inside the fucking perimeter.
Yes.
I go to fucking shoot his ass. Let's just say that I don't fucking kill him or I maim him. He picks you up and starts running away with you.
Oh,
then I got to get up to get the other gun. I can shoot. Now it's a rifle, a long range rifle.
Right.
I can hit that fucker.
Yeah.
50 yards away when he's running to save your life.
Yes, that's what.
Otherwise, he's taking you off somewhere and eating your ass.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
it's kind of an interesting. It's like a last fucking ditch. This fucking's probably got a fucking scope. I mean,
Yes.
designed to shoot this fucking bear from a long ways away because he's taking your partner away.
Yes, I that never even crossed my mind. True story. When I knew he was doing his trekking, it didn't even cross my mind. And then when he said it was like, oh yeah, well, duh. I guess you.
Well, my first thing when he said the shotgun, I thought, well, fuck you. My thought was, well, God damn it, you better fucking pump that thing because if you don't get him, then what? Because once if there's distance between you and him, that shotgun's not doing a lot of.
No, it's not. No. Yeah.
But what I wasn't thinking about was I caught the distance part, but what I wasn't thinking about was him carrying you away.
Yes.
Because he would. I mean, a bear like that would have you by the back of the fucking neck, running at full fucking speed, and it would probably not be breaking a stride at all.
Yeah. I saw a clip this morning. So in Churchill, so
then I got to be careful. I shoot him and not you.
So I'm up here. So I'm in Manitoba. Obviously, northern Manitoba is Churchill, which is on the edge of the Hudson Bay. There's polar bear population up there. And in advance of this conversation today, and after our chat with the guy on Friday, I just did a little bit of reading myself. And I know this, but sometimes you need to be reminded of it. Like, polar bears will hunt humans. Like they're like, oh, you're a human. I want to come eat you. It's like
that says, from my understanding, they're gonna fucking eat whatever they want to eat.
There's only a few apex on the planet, which is like, oh, I want to go eat Johnny Anderson. I'm going after Johnny Anderson, basically.
Well, this is. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but you figure in that environment,
yes,
there's not many fucking choices.
Yeah, well, that's fair, right? No seal, John Anderson, Keith.
There's something over there moving. I'm going to go eat him.
Yeah. Petro, you're right, but it only takes 20 teeth to stop a puck. Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, okay. Listen, we're gonna do a lifestyle tip with Anderson. Reset hour 2. Come back and talk about feelings that drain your bank account. Then we're gonna get into the peptide desk with Keith and Johnny. We're gonna talk Solanic, as well as can red light therapy boost testosterone in your balls. Maybe. Yeah, apparently. Johnny, lifestyle tip coming up. Reset hour 2 right now. Mornings Alive with Keith, Jon and Friends. Get after it right now.
So we're going to kind of connect this one to Father's Day because it was yesterday. You've heard me say this over and over. Your kids don't give a shit what you say. They care what you do. Now, keep in mind, be careful with that, because if you're not doing shit and you're talking a lot of shit, that's kind of what you're doing. Or what you're not doing. And going back to this whole thing of I can't remember her name, Julian, blah, 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 going on her rant. If you're a parent and you're constantly bitching and ranting rather than taking action, you are producing another human being that's going to do what you're doing. So do you want your kids to sit around and bitch, or do you want your kids to take action? So think about that. Sometimes saying nothing and doing something is the best way for you to get the point across on how you want your kids to live your life. I didn't even think about it until we were having this conversation today, but yesterday, one of probably the common threads to the text that I got from, whether it be, my kids or, other people that had reached out that I had positively affect their lives, was they all mentioned, thank you for being a great role model. And a role model, I mean, I took that as the way I live my life, the way I take action, the way I get my shit done. And you got to be really, really careful as a parent at what type of role model you become. And it even goes bigger than that. It's not only your kids, it's anybody who may look to you for some sort of support or some sort of guidance or some sort of roadmap. As human beings, if we focus our attention in the right spots and take action, it's probably one of the most powerful things you can do for the people around you, especially the ones you love. So the question is, and I keep try to make these are lifestyle tips based around questions you ask yourself. Do you sit around and bitch, or do you take action? Ask yourself that question. Rock and roll.
Good morning. Welcome back to the big show we call Mornings in the Live with Keith, Jon, and Friends. We get up and get after it every single day, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the Mornings.live network, Mornings.network. Go find us, www.mornings.network. You'll find me, you'll find Jon, you'll find Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time, Cheryl Whitaker, 8:30 on Wednesdays, Jason Hewlett on Thursdays. We got Adam House, we got Paul Reedner on Thursdays. We got a bunch of shows dropping right here live every single day throughout the week on the Mornings in the Lab Authority Network. All right, we're having a lot of fun here today, guys. We're going to get into it right now. Coming up, the feelings your bank account. Well, hold on. Feelings that drain your bank account without you knowing. We're going to have that chat, and then we're going to get into some peptide conversation with myself and Johnny around Solank. I can't remember. I'm sure I'm fucking mispronouncing it. That conversation and so much more. Oh, yes. And we got the supply chain show as well, Melissa. Thank you. Why is it that I always kind of forget that one? I don't know. Sarah Barnes-Humphrey, obviously, we're talking supply chains, and we're talking tomorrow on the record, Steve Reese, right after the show from a commercial roofing company called Division 7. All right, guys, let's get into it. The deep dive right now. Keith and Jon, that conversation starts now.
Your bank account isn't leaking because you're bad at math. It's leaking because you're funding emotions you refuse to name. You call it an upgrade. It's stress shopping in a suit. The receipt says tool. The truth says soothing.
Loneliness buys the grill. Ego buys the truck. Guilt buys the gadgets. None of it fixes the feeling, so you buy again.
Here's the test. If you can't say what you were feeling before you clicked buy, you didn't make a decision. You had a trigger. Today, we're mapping the 4 spinders: stress, guilt, imposter syndrome, and exhaustion, then building a stopgap between emotion and transaction.
Because the most expensive habit isn't Starbucks. It's the moment you tell yourself, I earned this, when what you really earned is rest.
All right, guys, we're going to get into talking about your bank account, spending cash. Yes, the feelings that drain your bank account without you even knowing it. Well, and maybe there's a few things. Stress, guilt, imposter syndrome, or exhaustion. Patrick Ross jumps in and says, the lottery is a government operation to catch time travelers. I have talked to many doctors about this. 5 doctors. Oh, Patrick Ross dropping something interesting on the topic this morning. Patrick Ross, the lottery is a government operation to catch time travelers. I'm intrigued by this, Patrick Ross. Tell me more. But hey, here's the thing. How many of you guys have made decisions about money, perhaps spending money, based on stress, guilt, imposter syndrome, and exhaustion? I will go first. Me, all of them. Oh, fuck yeah, have I ever. So I can tell you guys, as I've gone through my journey in life and maybe sold the company, maybe had a few bucks in the bank, there were times, I will say that I spent money to make myself feel better about myself, right? And I'll say it was wrong. True story. It was this whole idea of Patrick says, how is it possible to know the numbers? Luck, impossible. Interesting. Patrick Ross throwing some interesting questions on the table here. But I can tell you, I have, and this is where Vegas had me by the nuts, man. Well, we're talking nuts, Jimmy, with red light therapy coming up on the show. But this is where Vegas had me by the nuts. True story. And this is where I get kind of anxious when I start thinking about Vegas and going back to Vegas and spending time in Vegas, because it creates this anxiety, because I've been there around the stress, the guilt, the and the exhaustion, right? The late nights of thinking, okay, I'm going to win it back. And you get down there and you put the money on the table and it never happens, right? Or, buying ridiculous stuff because of how you're feeling, How about you guys? Have you gone down that path? I can tell you, man, walking through Crystal's Mall in Vegas and, you know, pulling out the credit card and just buying ridiculous stuff to make myself feel better. And I'll tell you, I went through the journey. Jimmy, let's bring Johnny back on the screen here. John, you've been very fortunate to make some cash in your lifetime, and I'm thinking that I'm wondering during your 30s and 40s if you found yourself spending money on shit because it made you feel better, and that was the only reason why. Like toys and just crap. Like
I think we've all done that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I quickly connected the dots that it felt better when, like, the first time I bought a pair of $4,000 shoes.
Oh, I'll tell you my moment. You tell me yours.
I was like, well, if I put 50 grand in my pocket this month, I'll buy those $4,000
yes. Tell me.
And boom, I made the 50 grand. So I was like, well, I guess I'm buying the shoes.
Yes.
It was always milestone. Like,
yeah, yes.
It was always kind of like, and there was always these big fucking, you know, that was when I was making 30 grand a month.
Yes.
I mean, and then, you know, when you make 100, then you're like, you know, it's most people love big $100,000 in a fucking year.
Yeah.
You make that fucking month, go buy the fucking $4,000 shoes.
Yes. Yes.
Because, you know, when you buy something just because it's not at that point, it didn't have the same fulfillment. It was so much more fulfilling, and it was still silly. But what is connected to that, you know, that goal or that milestone, it's a symbol at that point. That's where I started to recognize that I'm collecting symbols of you know, milestones I was breaking through my life. That's where I started to have more pleasure from it.
Interesting. Yeah. I can relate to some of those moments too. And there was actually a couple times, Johnny, where I was like, what? One of them was when I went and bought myself like $25,000 snakeskin Gucci jacket. And then yeah, exactly. Right. So then I wear it to an event here in Winnipeg. And then I come home that night and I look in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm wearing a $25,000 snakeskin jacket to an event, like a fucking hockey game in Winnipeg. Wearing a jacket that probably has more income than some people made in a fucking 6 months. And I'm like to myself, like, where am I wearing this? Why am I wearing this? More importantly, Johnny, who the fuck am I? Like, I grew up with coal. I grew up like blue collar, like not me at all. And there was a few moments where I was like, that's dumb. It's been hanging in my closet ever since. You know, there's been a few of those moments where my clothes, I'm like, what? I went to my kids' fucking piano recital. I was all decked out in my $4,000 Alice Gator skin shoes and my outfit. And I came home that night and I was like, who the fuck am I? Like, what are you doing, dude? So, because Johnny, like yourself, it was accumulating, like maybe milestones, right? Or accumulating, okay, I did this, I got this. And then I'll tell you, man, I also went through the moments where I went and took all my shit in my closet, collected it all, put it into a box, took it downstairs. So I was like, that's just ridiculous. I don't like all that shit. True story.
Well, then my question, just being the devil's advocate, it really wasn't you. See, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like when I look at those shoes, I have fond memories of that period where I was advanced.
Yes.
So to me, I wear them.
Yes.
You know, I don't wear them that often.
Yes.
But it's almost like you could call it a trophy, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, and me too. And the same, we joke about my car. It's the same thing, right? It's a trophy, and they're milestones of life.
But why move then? So the question: why put it in a box and get rid of it where you don't want to see it?
So that was a journey of my life, right? So that box, I've went back into that box and taken some stuff out again. But I'll just say, like, through my journey of just emotion and feelings and reflection, I was like, there's been times like, what the fuck, man? But no, there's been like I pulled stuff out and put it back here, and wearing things again that I can relate to. But
what do you think about this? I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a question. Maybe there wasn't enough of a real connection to, like, sounds like you just sold your company and went on a fucking blitz, as to where like more of mine were like milestones as I worked through my journey, where I remember, like, I can remember sitting at my house up in Northern California.
Yeah.
I remember the exact moment.
Yeah.
That I made the decision. If I do that, I'll do this.
Yes.
And so it's like it's a direct attachment to Like I look at those shoes and it's almost like hearing a song where I can go back to that space.
Yeah.
So my guess would be, is there not enough of one of those connected to these items where you'd want to put them in a box?
You're bang on. Like the jacket I bought was like on a whim. I was probably drunk.
Yeah.
Right. And because it was in Vegas.
It's like a tattoo. Like what the fuck did I do? God damn.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I didn't, and part of the reason I didn't do that, I think, is because, you know, it was like I guess in my journey, it was like I was more, I don't know, how would I say? Well, because, you know, with what I chose to do, I mean, in the beginning, I wasn't making shit in the beginning. I was fucking hungry, for Christ's sake.
Oh, and
so it was like there was always that balance of remembering what that was like, you know.
Well, and I will be the first person to admit. So, and you know, I've told my story before. Like my parents worked many jobs. I was not raised with a silver spoon. No different than yourself. I've had to work my ass off for everything I've achieved. Work my ass off for everything I've achieved. My parents sacrificed a lot of things. But Johnny, when I sold the company, I'll be the first to admit I lost the value of money for a while. Because it came easy, right? So maybe to your point was, you know, I didn't feel like I was working hard to hit a milestone. I was like, oh, I got a big bunch of cash. I'll go buy this shit. You go buy this, right? And you're right. Maybe there was no kind of connective tissue to that. The car was different for me though. The car is still like a trophy because I still remember, you know, Mo and Keith were in Boston trying to get home from a snowstorm. Air Canada was the only plane that flew in. And I remember reading a magazine about Tesla at the time and Elon. And I was like, fuck, that's pretty exciting. And I remember landing and I remember buying it in this office. So that was, you know, like that milestone for me. But the rest of things, they were like just fucking moments that was like, oh, really? Like wasting money almost, right? So
I think 100%. I think if there's something that if it's truly a symbol of something, I think that it's different.
Yes, 100%.
And I'm not saying that I haven't done some of the other shit too. I just realize it's the glitz and, you know, that immediate fulfillment is like a fucking puff of smoke or a fart. It just fucking disappears. You know,
well, that's what I know. That's what I'm aware of more than ever now. As a 54-year-old man, I'm so aware of that fart in the wind. I'm like, oh, I don't need it. Like it's just recognizing that it's just a fart. And it's just a passing moment, right? So, and I'm enjoying that. All right, we're going to get to the peptide test, but before we do that, Jimmy, peptide test, but before we do that, did you know if you sleep on the day for 30 days, this is what happens to your spine?
Did you know sleeping on the floor for 30 days probably won't turn your spine into some perfect glowing masterpiece? That video's overselling the hell out of it. A firmer surface can help some people feel better, especially if their mattress sags like dead equipment. But the best evidence leans more medium firm than rock hard. So yes, floor sleeping might reduce back pain for some bodies. It can also make other people stiff, sore, and pissed off by morning. That's because spinal comfort is not one size fits all. Your weight, sleep position, pressure points, and pain history all change the equation. And there's no solid proof that 30 days on the floor unlocks some dramatic spine optimization arc. That part is straight up CGI fantasy.
The real lesson is simple. Support matters, alignment matters, and hype is not science. That's our today's Did You Know? Back to Keith and Jon.
I've never had problems sleeping on the floor. Like, true story. I actually kind of enjoyed it. I got no problem sleeping on the floor. You?
I'm not a back sleeper.
Oh! I didn't know that. Are you side sleeper? Is that how you sleep?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sleeping on the floor is very difficult for me.
So, but you've talked about back issues your entire life. Like, have you ever had to think about, okay, I got to find a stiff surface. I got to think through your journey. You've been trying every fucking solution for your back. Am I wrong?
Well, but what you're describing is the thought of the everyday man.
Yes, I understand that. Yes.
I found a way to sleep to fix my back. No, you need to fucking do some exercise to fix your fucking back.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there.
Your back gets fixed when you're awake, not when you're sleeping.
Yes. Yeah. But you're not comfortable, but we would agree that you'll have massive discomfort if you can't sleep at night. So you have found that sleeping on your side is how you sleep.
Yeah, well, I have massive discomfort because I'm fucking tired if I don't sleep.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't mind sleeping on the floor, but like Johnny said, man, get in the gym. That's probably the best solution for bad backs or sore backs instead of worrying about.
If I was a back sleeper, you know, I'm sure that would probably be a different drill for me.
Yeah. I sleep on back. I sleep on side. I sleep on stomach. I got no problem sleeping. I guess I sleep all types of ways now that I'm talking about it with you.
Yeah, I initially when I lay down,
okay,
I'll start on my back, and then I'll always end up on one of my sides.
Gotcha.
Like, I tuck an arm under the pillow.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just that's where my comfortable spot is.
Yeah, I get you. All right. Speaking of comfort,
I think it has more to do with my breathing, though. To be honest.
Oh, is that what it is for you?
I believe so. Yeah, because I mean, I don't remember going to my side, so I'm sure I'm adjusting to probably get into optimized position to breathe.
Yeah. I believe last night I fell asleep on my side. Yeah, that's the last.
When we used a CPAP, I slept on my back.
Okay. Yeah.
That's because clearly the oxygen was being forced down my fucking throat. So it's probably it is the fact that it's on my side of my airways is more open, I would suppose.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to get into our closing segment with myself and Jon before we wrap up the show here today with Johnny. And as we know, I've been talking about my journey down the peptide journey. I'm starting it. I suspect this week. I got some stuff coming my way. And but my purpose of this is to continue educating myself, but also educating all of you and educating all those around me that I'm on this journey, and I'm sharing it with my brother, being taught by my brother, and teaching all of you. Today, we're going to get into Salank, the anti-anxiety peptide that the cosmonauts used. Jimmy, let's run the opener, and Keith and Jon are going to get in.
Today on the peptide desk, Salank, the anti-anxiety peptide with a Soviet cosmonaut backstory, which already sounds like it escaped a Cold War lab. And it actually fits today. After a show about pressure, apology, stress, and what men carry, this is not about checking out. It's about regulation. That's the hook with Salank. It's researched around anxiety support without sedation. Calmer, not numb. Steady, not sleepy. So listen for the difference between relief and escape. One helps you come back to yourself. The other just hides the bill. Important disclaimer. Everything you're about to hear is based on Jon's experience and what he's learned. This is not medical advice. Different body, different treatment. Talk to a qualified doctor before putting anything in your body. Now let's get to Salank.
And unfortunately, not many fucking doctors have a clue about any of this shit.
Let me set it up. Okay. This is a 40-plus year clinical literature out of Russia, ignored by most U.S. doctors.
The Russians are the ones that get all this shit going. I'm telling you.
But well documented. And it's a real tool. Functional medicine doctors have been prescribing since 2026. Johnny, Salank heptapeptide, originally synthesized in the 80s because the Russians were trying to keep cosmonauts calm in zero gravity. And they built a molecule that lowered anxiety without putting you to sleep. Talk about it, brother.
So first off, just a couple of quick real baseline things. So Salank is kind of like the one that lays you back a little bit or more works on keeping anxiety low. Then its brother on the other side would be Samax.
Oh, okay. Salank and Samax.
Yes, but I just want to be very clear.
Yes, okay.
Salank is not like taking a Valium. And Samax,
or like Ambien, and not like taking an Ambien either. Okay, good. Okay,
it's not like taking anything that where most people, I took it, and I didn't feel it. Okay, you're not taking a fucking goddamn painkiller here. But this is what people sometimes think. So it's not like taking some sort of a fucking sedative, like you'd think. And then Samax is not like taking an Adderall.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind, right? Just so everybody understand that. So back to Salank. So what Salank's function is, it's basically going and kind of, so the amygdala, that's that part of our brain, the fight or flight center.
Yep.
Right? And so basically just going back and massaging that thing, saying, hey, settle the fuck down, because we were designed to live in this world where we didn't have so many things that were constantly triggering that amygdala.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we go through a day, and this happens to me. I'll use two examples of how I used it. Probably it was shortly before I got here. It was midday, and I just gotten up from a nap, and I don't know if it was an email. Something triggered me, and I was like, fuck, God damn it. I could tell my anxiety went up, and I was having a hard time reeling myself back in. That makes sense. Where I could heightened, but not in like a dopamine serotonin way.
Yeah.
More in a cortisol way. And so I went and took, literally midday, I took some Solank, and about 30 minutes later, I'd kind of slid down the totem pole of being heightened in a anxious way.
You noticed it.
Yes, but I didn't take it and go,
okay. Yeah.
So where I normally will do it is, there's two different methods that I'll use. So I look at it to kind of massage that amygdala, or I'll use it to actually help my brain heal. And I'll explain that part in a second. So normally it's at 4 p.m. ish, when if I've been running hard all day, my brain's kind of stuck in gear, right? Because, when we're going, there's a certain level of call it fight or flight there, because you're kicking ass, you're going, it almost feels good.
Yeah.
But when I can't get it out of gear, boom, I'll take some Solank, and then 30 minutes later, I'll feel myself kind of I'll just start to chill a little bit. Not that I'm physically relaxed, but my brain is slowing down.
Yeah. So apparently, according to literature, it modulates the GABA and the serotonin signaling without binding to the GABA receptors directly. The translation is calmer, not slower. So translation, you're calmer, not slower. I believe on Valium and Ambien, we slow down considerably, don't we? It's not just calmer. You're actually slow right the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, it's an outside ordeal. I think it's like, this is asking the body to do more of what it should do. Those are asking the body to do something it has no choice to do. It's like, you're going to fucking do this whether you like it or not.
Got you.
And the flip side of this is, if your brain never slows down, right? If that level of anxiousness just carries on,
yes,
your brain never really heals. It's like putting a muscle under tension, light tension, and never letting it relax. Is it ever going to fucking rebuild?
Gotcha.
No. So I use it from the standpoint of, is I use Solank, I use Samax, and I use Dihexa pretty much daily.
Okay.
Right? And
okay. Yep.
Dihexa is different, not that we're talking about. It's actually a nootropic. What it does, it helps the brain lay down new neural pathways, right? Then Samax comes in and helps basically kind of, I guess it'd be like fertilizer for those new pathways, right? But then the Solank actually will tell the brain to kind of relax a little bit so that it can actually do the healing it needs. Because if it's never relaxed, it's never going to heal.
Yes, I get you.
And funny enough, on this level, we talk about concussions and all this shit.
Yeah.
Since I started this thing with the Dihexa, well, actually all three of these. And when I started this whole thing, it was actually another one which has to do with healing brain trauma. We won't get into that. But I started this because I was walking into fucking rooms, which we all do, and go, fuck, why'd I come in here? Right?
Oh.
And then, you walk back to where you came from, usually, oh, that's what it was. Then go back to the fucking room, do what you want to do. So I was like, constant, fuck, what did I come in here for? Right? Then I'd walk back to wherever I came from, still can't fucking remember. So just forgot, right? Just straight up forgetting shit. Well, since I started this, it's been a couple of months now, 3 months. It's Jesus Christ. When I say I can't remember, it's almost kind of making fun of myself when I say this, but I can't remember the last time I walked into a room.
I didn't remember.
And couldn't remember what I was there for. So there's no question that the stuff used in a way suitable to the person and the situation and the condition can be really helpful.
We're talking slang, Keith and Jon on the peptide desk, and closing it up, Johnny. There is some evidence of cognitive enhancement and immune modulation if one does
figure like this. If you're in a constant fight or flight,
makes sense.
You're never going to fuck. And you talk to really fucking smart people, and they're like, push the brain, rest the brain, push the brain in short increments.
Yes. Yeah.
And if we never rest the brain, it never fucking downloads the information. It never heals. It's like training. We're supposed to break down, heal, break down, heal.
Yeah.
Well, if we're never healing, we're at break down, and we're going off the wrong fucking side of the screen.
Yeah. Guys, we're talking slang. Remember, guys, it's not regulated. So the conversations we're having here are all research or educational. They're from experience. And if anybody's selling it to you, is telling you it's guaranteed, they're probably a liar. So do your research, talk to people you can trust, and have conversations about peptides with folks that can give you the information that you need. And we're doing those conversations right here with Keith and Jon on the peptide desk. And as I started my journey, I'm going to be continuing to share it with all of you along the way. You know, Johnny, I'll tell you something too, man. Zeglin said something I thought was quite important yesterday before we get to vintage and walk you out of here. He's like, you know what's really cool about you doing this with Jon? And he said something which really struck me. He's like, this I think people don't really think much about. And this is what I think we do think more about. He's like, Jon knows you. Like, yeah. He's like, he knows your kids. He doesn't know, but he knows of your kids, knows of your family. He's like, is Jon going to sell you something that's going to harm and kill you and your family? He says, probably not. He says, and folks sometimes just kind of don't wrap their head around some of that shit. Yeah. He's like, so he's known you for 2.5 fucking years. He's like, so he goes, often, you know, we're also know who you're buying from. He goes, but the fact of the matter is he knows you, and there's a lot more value in that I think some people don't think about, Johnny.
100%. And then you also got to remember that most people,
yes,
are buying a peptide from a website. There's no connection to a person with character.
Bingo.
I stand right up front and say, this is me. This is what I use. This is my company.
Yeah,
I'm stand behind everything.
Yeah, and that's why I got to be honest. I'll be frank. I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be doing it with you. I'm excited to be talking about it. I'll go Winnipeg and stand out there, hey, because I got nothing to hide. I said to you on Friday, like I feel like I represent men that might want to try. Already, brother. There's guys in my circle that are like, oh, I'm like, yeah. And they're paying attention because they're going to watch and observe because they relate more to me than, with all respect, meet someone like yourself, right? But I got a friend, I got a brother, you, who's been around this for fucking 1,000 years. If I'm going to talk to somebody who's been around this for 1,000 years, that's the expert I want to talk to, not the fucking guy who's a doctor, who's overweight, who's going to try to get me a prescription medicine that. Anyways, so I'm fucking jacked about it, man. I'm so excited about it, and I'm excited to do it with you. All right, hey, did you grow up with Shriners? Do you know the name the Shriners?
I do know the name, but the only thing I connected to was
these fucking little go-karts and going to little parades around the communities. Good time if you're out there. You know what I'm talking about. Remember these little cartoons, like the old.
What is the Shriners? Are not people riding go-karts. What are they?
Well, yeah, isn't that? That's what they are.
They're people that ride go-karts.
Well, that's what I know them as. The Shriners. So I believe the Shriners were all about like raising money for kids and bringing.
Yes. I was going to say, like, there would be Shriner sports events in high school.
Yes. But whenever I go to a parade as a young man growing up, it was always
this is them. This is. Yes, this is their event to raise money. Yes. Jesus Christ.
Good times. Like, I do remember the small cars. See, that's how I remember the Shriners. There was always the old men. I'm now one of them. It was always the old guy stuffed into the little fucking Shriner car driving around, man. Yeah, true story. Oh, man. All right, hey, Jon, before you go.
Hey, Jon, before you go, I just watched a doctor on X explain why some people poop right after eating. Humanity is finished.
Not finished, optimized. Your stomach hits send, your colon goes, copy that. It's like a group chat you can't mute.
Colic reflex. Sounds like a yoga pose. But it's really your intestines doing a panic room escape.
And certain foods crank it up. Greasy, spicy, fiber bombs. Basically, if the meal tastes amazing, your body files a complaint immediately.
Comments were unhinged, half bragging about speed runs, half begging for constipation hacks. It's a support group, but everyone's oversharing. Hey, Jon, before you sit down, we need you to answer one question. What's the most embarrassing my body did what moment you've had on air?
So I put this on
such a difference in their demeanor when they're fucking telling a story about a cock or shit versus when they're doing their fucking, this is not medical advice.
I grabbed this because admittedly because the visual the guy created, but because we laugh about this all the time, I've told you that I'll eat something and then I'll just shit it out instantly. Dude, I learned about this, and you taught me about this too. But it's just this whole idea when I'll eat something and then I got to go for a dump, and you think to yourself, I just rented the meal. You didn't, but it's just pushing. You know how all this works.
Well, there's so many reasons why this could be happening.
Yeah.
I mean, like in your situation,
yeah.
The fact that you spend a lot of time not eating before noon.
Yes.
Your body goes into this hold, release.
Oh, yeah.
Release. So all of a sudden it senses, oh shit, we're getting caloric density.
Yes.
Well, fuck, I guess we can let go of what we're holding on to because we're afraid he's not going to fucking feed us for this long.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
So which works against the metabolism thing we talked about.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny though because it's a reflex, as we know, right? Focusing on it's a gastrocolic reflex that causes colon contractions upon food entering the stomach. Because you're right, the food's like, oh, I didn't think it was coming down here. I got to get rid of some shit, basically.
Well, and I think that the way that I would describe the reflex would be a body in scarcity.
Oh, okay. Sure. That makes sense. Yeah.
If the body's not in scarcity, like I do pretty much all of my shitting in the morning before I eat anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. First thing for you.
I shouldn't say, I would say I rarely eat something and that triggers me to shit.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, there we go. Dropping knowledge this morning. If you're going for a dump out of the, if you're eating something and immediately going for a dump, there's a reason for it. And we just talked about it this morning in the lab. Johnny,
probably a potential series of reasons why.
100%. What are you doing today? Oh, no, I already asked you. So you're not training. You're done training.
Well, training is over. No pickle.
Yeah.
I'm still, it's crazy. I'm still a little, and I'm fine, but I'm not after 2 days off, right?
Yeah.
I was like last Monday, 2 days off. I was feeling like a fucking raped ape in a good way.
I know you had tons of energy yesterday, last week.
This week, I definitely didn't get back to that point. So this is just me looking at variables. So today, no pickle. I'll definitely focus on some rest for sure to get myself caught up because it's kind of crazy. It's my demeanor is always in a fairly optimistic state.
Yes.
But if I'm like high in my optimism, it means I'm rested. If I'm low, it means I'm behind.
So now that you said that, I think we can relate to knowing that about, not me relate, but I would say I observe that about you. I know when you haven't maybe got your sleep, you're a little more bitchier for sure.
Bitchier. Bitchier mean I won't let you get away with anything.
That's it. Get out of here. All right, my brother from another mother. We hang out every single Monday through Friday, and I hope you guys enjoy hanging out with us as well. Keith Billis and John Anderson. Johnny's out of here. And remember, guys, we always have these conversations throughout the week at the Peptide Desk. If you're looking for some knowledge, why'd you guys kick him out? Let's put him back up there. We didn't send him out yet. Get him back up there. We didn't say who's on the buttons. They're kicking him out. And guys, listen, if you guys are looking for information on peptides and in the conversations we have here, reach out to me, reach out to Johnny. We'll get you sorted in the right direction. All right, pal. I got a monologue to do. I'm going to get you out of here. Lots of love from you. Have a good day, pal.
Have a good loop, my brother.
All right, Johnny's out of here, guys. Good morning, nation. Back over here to the center camera. We got a morning focus, and it's about live conversations. And so, Jimmy, I put this one up here this morning because I've been talking to some folks about doing live shows. And, Jimmy, you should be sorry for that button pressing. 64 seconds. Yeah, the flow's in good shape today. I can already tell because I'm dancing over here. But listen, today's monologue is about live conversations and live shows and why live is dangerous, and which is why I believe that people trust it. And I've been talking to some folks lately about putting some shows on the network, and they've been like, I don't know if I want to go live. I want to record it. And I'm like, no, there's value in going live because that's how you build trust. And we're going to talk about it in about 60 seconds up next on the Morning Focus. And hey, guys, I think what we're going to do today, Jimmy, I'm taking you on the fly here right now. No community corner. Jimmy, let's run some LinkedIn feed discussion and let's have some fun like Melissa suggested on Friday. And I just forgot to tell you about it before the show. Let's pull up LinkedIn. and let's have some fun digging through the feed for a few moments and can see if we can roast, toast, or have a little bit of fun with people in Keith Billis's feed on LinkedIn. That's going to come up in about 6 or 7 minutes. But before that, we get the Morning Focus. Live is dangerous, which is why people trust it. That's next. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and Friends.
We're not scared of going live. We're scared of being seen. The risk is the point, because real consequences create real belief.
Edited looks competent. Live proves character. When the room shifts and we stay steady, people don't just watch us, they trust us.
We call it strategy and timing. It's hiding. If we only speak when it's safe, we never earn authority under pressure.
The cost isn't views, it's credibility. Our people feel when we're performing, and our kids learn what we do when it gets tense. So we stop chasing perfect. We choose present. We let the moment push back, because friction is where judgment shows up. Live doesn't reward polish, it rewards presence. When the plan breaks, we don't panic, we lead. And that leadership is the proof. Clips can make us look sharp. Only live makes us feel solid. If we can't carry silence, we can't carry the room. That's why we go live in the morning. We're building trust with real time, not edits. Keith's about to take it deeper. Morning begins here.
All right, nation, to all my folks, I'm talking about bringing live shows to our network. Live shows to the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. I'm talking to you right now. To those of you that are like, I want to do a recording. Okay, that's fair. But I really want to get you thinking live, because live is dangerous. And that is why people will trust you. That's why people trust this. That's why people trust me. Whether you know it or not, I know you do, because here's why. And whether you want to admit it or not, you trust me because I show up every single Monday through Friday. And whether you like what I say or dislike what I say, there's a level of trust that comes with that, because you know that what's happening here is live, it's real time, we're connecting, and there's some danger in that. As a result of that, that creates trust. And not dangerous like reckless trust, and not dangerous like stupid. Yeah, I know Keith and Jon act stupid all the time, but dangerous because when I'm talking live with you, there's consequences. I might say the wrong thing. Something could go wrong. And often we do say the wrong thing. The room can shift, the plan can break, the joke I'm dropping, it often misses. The guest, we have no control over that. The guest can surprise you. Well, the audience, from time to time, we get trolls out there like Good Time, who we ban. Yeah. And then what happens is the silence from time to time, which everybody hates, can get awkward. And then suddenly what happens is that everyone around here can see who is actually in control. Well, hey, that's the fucking point. Live exposes you. Yeah, live exposes people. Isn't that what it's all about? And in a world where everything is, for the most part, becoming edited, filtered, generated, polished, optimized, exposure is starting to feel extremely rare. That is why I believe live matters most. Because much content that we observe and consume today feels pretty safe. Managed, corrected, manufactured, clean, perfect, edited, generated, no hesitation. Awkward pauses gone, bad takes are gone, rewriting the entire thing until you're sounding smarter than you were in the moment you originally wrote it. Sure, useful, but it's not the same as trust. Trust, I think we'd agree, trust is different. Trust comes when you watch me think. Trust comes when you watch me react, you watch me listen, you watch me fuck up in front of you guys. That's where our trust is built. Trust is built when you watch me handle tension. Remember the guest last week on the show who was the, what was he, Melissa? Oxford educated and Pulitzer considered? Yeah, handling tension. And trust is built when you stay present, when the moment is not perfectly controlled. That is why the live conversations we do on the network is so powerful, because it gives you evidence. We know Petro talks about evidence all the time. It gives you evidence, not just output, but it's evidence. It's truth. Evidence that you can hold the room. Evidence that you have judgment. Evidence that, well, anybody in the conversation can handle the friction. Evidence that you are not just a voice in a caption. Mostly evidence that there is a real person behind these ideas. That matters now more than ever because AI, well, sure, it makes everything look impressive, but is it also making everything look homogenous? Sure, it makes better writing, arguably, better images, arguably, better video, arguably, better summaries, maybe better clips, I don't know. The feed, it's going to be full of people who sound so polished, but zero weight. It's just become a homogenous content. People are asking already, what's real? Who's making it? Can I trust the person? We talked about Polymarket this morning. A big brand out there faking people out that this is not real. And I don't know, but if you can't carry a live conversation, are you carrying the future of authority? Because I believe a live conversation prefaces authority. Not just saying smart things, not just standing inside the moment, because that is where live becomes a trust format. Live says to you. And here's what I say to my people, when they are looking to have a live conversation. Live says, I am here right now in the moment with you. Yep, true story. With all my fears, with all my, everything going on right now is real. You're asking yourself, who's behind this? Can you trust me? Have they lived this? Well, if you've been tuning into my show for the last couple of years, you know I'm here. You know of the stories that I've lived because I've shared. I talk about the rooms that I stand in. That is the future, I believe, of authority. Not just saying smart things, not just standing inside a moment. It's actually living the moment. We go back to Google. Eat, experience, expertise, authority, trust. That is where the conversations we create in the morning, that's where live becomes a trust format, because live says to you, again, I am here right now, live in the moment. You can see me, you can feel me, you can watch the edges, you can tell when something is real. And that is why we all love live sports. We all love live news when news breaks. And that's why live radio still has power. And that is why live conversations feel so different from that clip that shows up in your feed. Because when you are here with me, you're not just consuming the content. No, you're actually attending our conversation. This is a big difference. Think about it for a second. Your attendance with me, Dwayne, Patrick, Cheryl, Good Times, Sullivan, Petra, your attendance, it creates memory because you are part of the moment. You remember where you were when something happened live. When's the last time you remember that clip you had in the feed? You don't. But you remember the weird moments between Keith and Jon. You remember the interruptions and the burps and the farts with Keith and Jon. You remember the laughter when Petra comes in the show and wonders how he's going to exit the show because Anderson is like, hey, Petra, what's your outro? The tension, the unexpected lines, the things that nobody planned. When I'm like, holy fuck, my buttons are gone, my script is gone. I'm telling my team, we're done. They're like, what? Is he mad? Is he pissed off? Is it kayfabe? That is the power of a live conversation. That is the power of a live connection between you and me, the audience, and the host. And that is what edited content struggles to create and can never create. Because you know what we create daily when we do this together, nation? You know what we create? Holy fuck, I'm excited to say this next. You know what we create? Oh, baby, we create memory. We do it together. And memory is where trust compounds. That is why I believe live is not just a feature. It's not just, hey, let's press the button and go live. No, it's not just a distribution tactic. Live is a test for you, for the audience. A test of presence, a test of confidence, a test of preparation, a test of your ability to lead without controlling every variable. What does it say about you? Because you know what that is? I'll just put it out there. That is fucking leadership. Because leadership? Whitaker, you want to teach a leadership lesson? Put somebody on stage live. Because leadership is never fully edited. Leadership happens in real time. In meetings, in conversations, in conflict, in decisions, in rooms where people are watching how you as a leader carry pressure. Yet you come to me and go, oh, hey, Keith, I'm a leader, but I want to record my podcast. Fuck off, because live media and leadership are closer than people think. If you can hold a room live, you are showing something deeper than content skill. You, my friend, you, my leader, you are showing authority under pressure. And that is exactly why so many people avoid this that we call a live conversation. Yeah, keep sitting in the stands, my friends. Keep walking around New York City with your iPhones, taking videos of those of us that are standing in the middle of the arena. Because you prefer the safety of the edited version. You prefer the caption. You prefer the carousel. Yeah, you prefer the recorded version, the polished take, the controlled room. And I get it. Control, it feels safe, sure. But control, it doesn't build the trust like a live conversation does, because trust comes from letting people see you work without the net. So don't tell me you're a fucking leader if you can't have a live conversation. Because that trust, it's all about letting people see you work without the net. And that does not mean being unprepared. No, it means being present enough in a live conversation to handle what preparation cannot predict. And if you're a leader, isn't that part of what you do? That is the edge. That is the value. That is why mornings in the lab, we go live. Because the morning, it should feel alive. Not packaged, not processed, not delayed until all the risk has been removed. Is that what your morning is like? Because what does live do, my friends? Live gives the room a pulse. It says something is happening right now and you are part of it. And if you miss it, you miss the moment. And that feeling, it matters. Because in a world drowning in things that you can watch later and forget immediately, the live conversation, the live format that we create, it creates urgency, it creates connection, and urgency creates attention. Attention creates presence, and that presence, I go back to the T word again. That presence creates trust. And that is the chain. So yes, live is dangerous. But that danger is exactly what media needs today. Not the chaos, not the irresponsibility, but the danger. The kind that comes from honesty. Back to the T word again, the timing. Improvisation, the human presence, all of it that creates the trust. And the possibility that something real might happen in front of you, because that is why you show up to hang out with me and Jon every single day. Because the internet is becoming so sanitized, so perfect. And I don't know about you, but perfect, perfect is starting to feel fucking suspicious. Full of doubt, full of questions, full of, is it real or is it Memorex? Live? Yeah, live is dangerous. And I don't know about you, but live is dangerous. And I know that is why you, why me, why you, and that is why that's why people trust it. Tomorrow, we got a guest showing up on the show tomorrow. Hey, Kai, if you can put that name in my feed here this morning, I want to pull it up here, but we do have a guest coming up tomorrow on the show. But before we do that, Jimmy, let's throw up the feed, man. What's happening in the LinkedIn feed over on the Git feed here this morning? Jimmy, what do you got for me this morning, man? What do you got there? I'm going to look in front of me here. We got Niall Radcliffe. What's this one? Everyone has been asking me recently how I balance. And I'm interested here. He's got an Ironman, social life, a healthy relationship, and doing this like man-standing events and ultra marathon running all at the same time at building my company. Notice. So here's what's worked for me. I focus on 3 key things. Here we go. Sleep, Jimmy. Number 2, accepting the trade-offs. And what's number 3 is understanding direction. There we go. So a great little post this morning from is it Niall, Jimmy? I think it is. It looks like it's there we go. Yeah, Morgan Radcliffe. Thank you. Yeah, Morgan's dropping some stuff here, guys. So again, basic stuff, basic reminders, but important reminders, right? He's focusing on his sleep. He's focusing on his what was number 2 there, Jim? He's focusing on 3 things this morning. So that's a great clip coming from somebody over in the LinkedIn feed. Jimmy, who else we got to this morning over on LinkedIn that we can scroll into and have a look at? Here we go. Let's see here. Coming up tomorrow on the show. Tomorrow's guest is Eben Alexander. Just going to pull that one up here. Let's see here. Nope, not opening. Okay, cool. All right, who do we got else there, Jimmy? Let's throw something else up on the screen this morning. All right, we got Mitch Lyons. Yeah, he's oh, there we go. So I saw this shot here. Mitch Lyons has a post there about a young lady in the looks like in the dugout and at a golf course. And we've all been there, whether it's golf, relationships, business, etc. A bad decision leads to another. You just got to pick yourself back up, get off the mat, and keep going. Let's stay here. I like this because you know what? Some of us are going to, or some of us have made some bad decisions going into today. And this post is a great metaphor to remind us that you just got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go again. Because I can imagine how she's feeling in that moment. Hey, Jimmy, she takes a shot. She's thinking she's going to get out, and that ball ends up back in the water. She's like, oh my God, I got to do it again. Right? Golf is a great metaphor for that, right? So today, guys, there's my invitation for you as we wrap up over on our LinkedIn, the feed segment here this morning, which is if you find yourself in a tough spot, get up, wipe yourself off, and get after it one more time. All right, tomorrow, we got Eben Alexander, his brain flatlined for a week. What? What he saw changes everything about death. Petro, ears up, eyes up. BS alert, Petro. Just saying. Eben Alexander, former Harvard neurosurgeon, survived a rare, near-fatal E. coli meningitis that left him in a 7-day coma with less than 10% survival odds. Then he made a complete recovery. Wow. His near-death experience, guided by a woman later identified as his deceased birth sister, led him to write the bestseller, Proof of Heaven, and become an advocate for consciousness research and sacred acoustics meditation, while remaining cautious about image use and aware of past controversies. Interesting. So, Petro, we got an interesting guest on the show tomorrow. I invite you to read the book, Petro, Proof of Heaven, so you can prepare me for the show tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to rely on my brother from another mother, John Petrocelli, to send me notes on our upcoming guest tomorrow, Eben Alexander. Hey, we're having some fun, Eben. Your brain flatlined for a week. What you saw changes everything about, I can't wait. I can't wait to have that conversation with Johnny, myself, and tomorrow, Eben Alexander, knowing that I have my resident BS professor, Dr. Jon Petrocelli, paying attention the whole time, going, bullshit. So that's tomorrow on the big show. All right. Hey, guys, we're wrapping up here this morning. I'm going to change some sounds so that it sounds a little bit like this. And we're doing it all live in real time. Oh, yes. Jimmy, how can I forget? Jimmy, how can I forget? You know who's coming up tomorrow as well? Our favorite. Sorry, Petro. Brianna Bass. We're talking relationship, sex. And, I do kind of have a topic, but I think I might change it. So Jimmy, if you've made anything, just hang tight. We'll talk about it this morning. But Brianna Bass is going to join myself and Johnny tomorrow. We're talking relationships, sex, advice, and a bunch of great stuff with our resident sexologist, our very own Brianna Bass. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Wrapping it up. We talked Shriners. Yes, we did. We talked a bunch of crazy stuff. We talked about the Kachuk trade. We talked Florida with Patrick Ross. And we talked, how many pucks does it take to stop a bullet? Well, it takes 20 teeth to stop the puck. All right, on behalf of Anderson, everybody in the comments, good time, Patrick, Petro, we got Roofy out there, Dwayne, Cheryl, the entire gang. On behalf of me, and behalf of all of you guys, what the hell is that? Yeah, hey, it's back to live. You just know what you're saying. Guys, I'm getting out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, less than 24 hours on The Big Show. Tune in for Roofy, 7:30. I'll see you. I'm out of here. See you guys.